What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I have missed you all. I told you I was traveling for several days. I'm finally back. You guys had so much fun without me, and then I get back and we get a little bit of news come out, and not so great of day in the markets, but that's okay. I still want to cover it. I'm still interested in it. I'm still here. I still have a position. So we're going to see what happens. But let's talk about Bed Bath & Beyond a little bit. We'll just look at the play, what the patterns currently are. We'll look at the Ortex as well. If you don't mind, hit the like button. You're always welcome to subscribe to the channel as well. As always, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. It's just for entertainment purposes only, so let's be entertained. So my friend got me a pen. If you know, you know. Well, overall, let's start with some of the news that came out. So it looks like there's talk about an offering, looks like a loan that possibly has went through or is going to go through, store closures. Really, it's not bad news. I don't think it's bad news. I think it makes this more of possibly a longer term play. I know everybody was looking for a moonshot to happen right away, but all in all, they need to restructure. There needs to be some sort of place to be able to take their business and make it a profitable business again. So if they're closing down some of those stores that are underperforming, if they're going to do an offering to raise some capital, if they're going to take that loan, it's going to put them in an overall better situation. So that's what you need. You know, these companies that are looking towards bankruptcy or in tight spots, yeah, you might get a little bit of a pump out of them every now and then. But all in all, if you're investing, truly investing, you want the company to be doing well. If you're just here for a quick gamma squeeze or possibly a short squeeze, then yeah, you just need to take the money. Like I always say, take the money. So if you are playing this, I don't believe in diamond handing it, not one bit. I do believe in playing it. So we're going to look at a channel just so that we can all be aware. Right now it's just kind of in this broadening downward trend line here, broadening wedge, I guess we could call it. So we can see it, but there's not a whole lot of areas to really trade your way out of it if you're holding this for long term. I mean, you can make some short scalps here and there. You can play your puts, you can play your calls. A lot of these moves are coming in the after-hour pre-market, which we've talked about, which make holding options overnight incredibly risky. You don't know what way it's going to go. You're probably going to get burned more than you're going to actually have it work out for you in your favor. That's why I don't personally like to hold anything overnight. That's one of my rules. I just don't do it. Every now and then I will break my rule if I like a setup or if I have a little bit of confidence. And I only do it if I'm willing to risk that position. It's usually very small. So if I've made enough, then I will sometimes risk a small position overnight. Shares, shares you can keep an eye on. You can control them in after hours and pre-market. But with options, if you're an options trader, you have no control whenever things like this happen, and it sucks. That there's no other way to put it than it just sucks. So, like I always say, if you're making money, take that money. Don't diamond hand things like this. This is just a play. You got good volatility, which is what you need to be able to make money. Why sit here and wait for the thing to go to 30, 70, 100,000 whenever you can make several dollars every day? Maybe not every day, but if you're playing this pretty smart and pretty accurate, there's plenty of opportunities to make your money while it's trading in these channels, and that's what this channel is all about. It's about momentum, swing, scalp, just kind of being able to play a channel, see what it's going to do, and go from there. So let's talk about the channel. As we see right here, it's probably in this broadening wedge. We got to see where it's going to break out. So in my opinion, if I saw it hit around $9.77 today, or even up here to $10.32, I'm watching those channels. I want to see how it's going to respond. Is it going to continue to climb through these areas, or is it going to get rejected? If you see the rejection, obviously you can have an opportunity to take some profits, wait for it to come back down. How low is it going to go in this before it breaks out? I think we're probably getting close, unless this news just totally kills a whole lot of everything. In that point, I'd say it could come down quite a ways, but we still have this gap fill here. I do think that's going to be filled. I don't see why not. If they have that news catalyst, they struck the fear, and they can hammer the thing down. We keep getting so close, but $8.20 roughly is what I want to see as kind of a tested bottom, and then we'll just go from there. But right now it's holding up on this fib line level pretty well, around the $9.40 range, 43 cents. So we're going to see how it respects that. If it wants to drop out, then look for more downside coming your way. If not, then maybe this will be the opportunity that we actually break out of this downtrend and start heading in the other direction. It's what's Bed Bath & Beyond worth? I guess it's worth $9.46 right now, and it's just going to kind of take a little bit of time for that gamma to really build back up. I would say the momentum to come back in, and see what happens with the news that's came out with the offerings and things like that. So as far as the Ortex goes, Ortex still looks good in my opinion. What do we got? Estimated short interest percent of the free float 33%, free float on loan 65%, shares on loan 50.51 million. Back to 100% utilization, which is nice, and live short interest clocking in at 35.29%, so that has increased. Cost to borrow 17.56%. I think we will maybe see this start to climb a little bit now that we're back at 100% utilization. It may not, but I mean, we still got quite a bit of shorts in the play. Sometimes, the shorts, they won't cover till they have to. So, if they truly think that this is not going to pan out for Bed Bath & Beyond, if they think the Bed Bath & Beyond is going to continue to go lower, they are going to stay in this play. So I don't want you to think that they have to cover by any means. We know that if we look at it on a longer time frame, where are the shorts? I don't know. They could be anywhere from way back in the day whenever this thing was at like 70 something, 53, 54 bucks. Or $30. Their average is going to change as they get in and they get out. So they have plenty of room. I think the shorts are very profitable in the play as of right now. I don't think they're too worried about what's going on. It's whenever there's an elevated price for an extended period of time and things start going in the other direction, that's whenever your shorts really consider, hey, we might want to close out of this position, because it's just a continued cost to borrow. It doesn't matter unless they were to get margin called, and I don't know if Bed Bath & Beyond is going to be large enough play that is going to margin call your big players. It might get some of the little ones. So we just need to see how this news all pans out, how the company transforms itself, where it goes from there, if you're looking for a true short squeeze. But as far as gamma squeezes go, those can happen all the time. People playing in the money, close to around at the money strikes, that's really going to affect buying pressure on things like this, along with the share purchases. If people think that this is a good buy, if they're averaging down, I don't know. But gamma squeezes are easier to come by than short squeezes, I would say. We probably definitely had a gamma back whenever it did the run up, and if you took advantage of that, awesome. If you got advantage of this little run up, awesome. But now we're just going to kind of see where this wants to base out and go from there. I didn't do this at the end of the day because it's not really a wrap-up video. I'm just showing you the channels that I'm watching, and I'm going to see how it responds from there. Like I said, I still am looking at this gap fill, and I want to see which way it goes from there. At that time, before I would probably be really risking anything. We need to see a breakout of here before we really want to consider risking anything. But like I said, there are small plays in here. If you want to play it on the daily, that's a big put move. That's a good call move. If you held overnight, but this setup would have made you think calls 100%. I'm sure some of you jumped into calls because you're like, that's a beautiful setup going into the close. I think it's going to move in after hours. I would have 100% agreed with you, and it was moving in after hours, and then all our news came out, and it would have just destroyed you. So that's why I say it's dangerous to hold anything overnight. But you trade how you want. Have a trading plan. Have a stop loss in place. And let's go from here, guys. I will just kind of keep an eye on it. And if I see a breakout of a channel, or if I think that there's a bottom in, I'll come back and touch base with you all. But good to be back. Good to see you guys again. I missed you all. Thanks for coming back and still supporting the channel. And I'm sorry I missed all the fun days. I hope you guys made a killing. But As always, stay golden, people, and may your accounts stay green.